don't prescribe to that kind of philosophy. Good God, help your miserable soul. You'll answer someday for not caring about those that aren't as strong as you. You'll answer. It doesn't mean they're not as intelligent. It doesn't mean they've got a moral deficiency. It just means they're a misfit. They don't prescribe to this world system. And biblically speaking, they're not supposed to. And any other faith out there in Judaism or Islam or Buddhism, it's all the same stuff. Good is good, right is right, wrong is wrong, bad is bad. Okay, truth is truth, lies are lies under every single faith in the world. These are principles of ethics and moral fiber and these kind of issues. And they're all the same at the end of the day. Prescribed to the golden rule. You want to treat the least of men like you want to be treated, like Jesus said, because that's me. That's me. So you want to help me, then you help the least of men. Who is the least of men? Some people will say, well, it's an aborted baby. Fine. I'm helping. How? You got to set the captives free. So all these women aborting their babies, you got to see that they're financially free. And we've been going the opposite direction for a long time. And if I say it's a homeless guy dying out in the street, among them many veterans, okay, then what do? We got to set them financially free. We've got more extra housing than ever before in history in this country, and yet the mainstream media will report, oh, inventories are low and all this crap. And I say it's all made up bull. Do your own independent research, and you'll see it's nonsense. I know what I'm talking about. I studied. I had to learn it for my licensing exam. I know what real estate is all about. And cutting edge right here in California, we're leading a trend for the rest of the nation. You're all going to be absorbed into the rentier class, rentership. You're not going to be able to afford to be homeowners anymore, and you're going to either be on welfare to pay your rent and live in a 200-foot cubicle, okay? That's what they want to do. They want to make you lose your will to live. Stop having children. I can't afford to have a family. This is what they want. This is their regulating population. All these elitist scum, okay? They're hypocrites. If they weren't hypocrites, I'd say listen to Al Gore. Okay, if he had the carbon footprint of a sage or Dalai Lama or something, Dalai Lama himself is flying around the world. But he's a good guy, right? He's for everybody. So I'm on the side of anybody that's for everybody, okay? If you're not stuck up, then you're not an elitist, okay? But if you are an elitist, you're living by a double standard, you're a hypocrite, and you're going to hell. Okay, if you don't believe in full equality, then by default, you have said you believe in inequality. And then who gets to decide how much inequality? Who is the authority that's going to draw the line? That's the problem I have with people that say inequality is okay. It's not. When it comes to money, we've all got to be free. And if you resist that, if you're opposed to that, then you're opposed to God's will being installed on earth. Because that's what's coming, a world without money. God didn't conjure up money. He didn't make trees that grow money, did he? Okay, he didn't make this thing money like sand dollars or something like that, right? This is not money. He didn't make the wampum. Okay, this is a scam. People said, oh, it's to facilitate exchange. I've heard it's just so innocent. It's, oh, how you spend it and all that. And we don't have to we can't live without it, for one thing. So, you don't get too radical here. We want money, so, there's got to be imbalance in their eyes. There's got to be this inequality. And this drives all the innovation. I've heard it all. And this is the crap they teach in school, but it's all lies from the pit of hell. And anybody that buys those lies, that's your problem. I don't buy it. I'm ready to lay all my cards on the table, okay? I don't care if I'm a multi-billionaire or if I'm a dirt poor pauper in debt, okay? It doesn't matter, okay? The point is I'm willing to serve of my own free will and accord in a world where everybody else is free to serve on their own terms of their own free will and accord. So I'm going to be worthy and deserving of going to that world. And that's what I want other people to find themselves worthy and deserving to go to a better world. That's what I want for everybody. So that's what I preach. And I try to educate people about basic economic principles of supply and demand and defining progress in regards to social economic matters. Help them understand that progress dictates that you have a steadily, gradually rising standard of living, not this always depleted one. So moving on here. Here's a guy, Conrad Hilton, classic guy born with a silver spoon in his mouth with all these problems. He's probably got some kind of undiagnosed autism, something in the autism spectrum, Asperger's or something? I bet a lot of people do. I bet you if I had myself checked, they might actually find it. He's got enough. Yeah, he's technically, this guy's lived his whole life autistic. Maybe I got some big settlement coming to me because I've been living with a handicap because I can't fit into the system. I despise it. It doesn't make you stupid. That's not the deal with autism or Asperger's. Some of these people are very, very high achieving. Okay, I knew one guy, he's a cardiologist, a heart surgeon, right? But he's got this thing, this autism spectrum, Asperger's. So this stuff can happen to anybody, and these vaccinations are likely at fault for what's going on with this. But I see the way this guy is behaving. I mean, he's got everything. He's got the, right? I mean, the guy's probably at least got some big fat, what do they call it when you got the income, the regular income from your family or something. But we got the FBI director, James Comey, was fired by Trump. And I've got mixed feelings on this. I think we could have done a lot worse. In some ways, I actually like Comey. And any of us have to say, well, how would it be? How would you feel to be in that position? That would be a very difficult job, okay, for anybody. The FBI. Imagine the kind of crap these people have to do and look through. I mean, they got the child pedophilia. That's one of the things these people have to investigate. Just it goes on and on. The terrorism and all this crap they're supposed to protect us from. It'd be a tough job. And then the spying and all this, they got to monitor both the Republicans and the Democrats. And, you know, I mean, look, so I'm not a hater on Comey. I'm not saying that, you know, Trump didn't have his reasons. And, you know, it might have been time to just, you know, clear the slate, right? I mean, wasn't it Bill Clinton that got rid of every single one of the people that he could before he took over? So I'm not saying that he did the wrong thing. I'm just saying it's kind of a ho-hum for me. And too many people are making a big deal. Like they either gotta stick up for him or villainize him, and I just don't see it. I don't think he was such a bad guy. I think we could have done a lot worse. I don't know if it's you know, I actually have a couple of cousins, first cousins that, as far as I know, they went from they got way up high in the FBI. That's right. And then they got into another aspect. Two brothers that were doing stuff together under some kind of a buddy system. But they might still be in there. But you know, you never hear from people again. Once they get up there in these high, you know, levels of these bureaucracies like the FBI or the Secret Service, you don't hear from them anymore. It's protocol. It's a security thing that they don't want the commoners to know what the hell's going on. People, they don't want, you know, talking to family and stuff because you might have loose lips and, you know, family asks you stuff and you start talking about stuff you're not supposed to. Oh, Roger Stone used this term iconoclast. It's a term I had never heard before, but he was talking about Trump, and he's right. It's an anti-establishment is what it means, iconoclast. But it's very appropriate in describing Trump. And, you know, we have to think back to how the establishment despised Trump, okay, and in our support for him. So our support should be unwavering at this point, and just give him some space, give him breathing room, and give him time, and just have faith and trust and believe in what he's doing. I believe he's the real deal. I believe that God is using Donald Trump, and he's trying to make straight the paths for the Lord. It's all coming to a head. We're reaching the end of the age, the beginning of a new age, and we're going to all be set free. All the decent, righteous, upright people out there that hunger and thirst for righteousness, it's coming. You're going to be set free, not partially free, absolutely free. Everybody in the whole planet is going to be set free, okay? That's found worthy and fit to inherit that, okay? The others are going to be separated, and they're going to a different place, and I don't want to be there with those people. All the crony capitalists and the mad dog, rabid communists and all those kinds. So I want to get into a few thoughts from this past week. But this tape is about to run out, so it looks like I've got to go to a third tape again. Is anyone so evil, so ungodly, that they would believe it is okay that one half of the population get rich at the expense of the other half? No, it's not. Don't be that person. The only economic growth we need is in the growth of the worth of our currency. I believe that. That's all we really need. Remember, people are going to have to figure out what to do with their own